You're now live.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we will move back on the agenda a little bit here. We're going to go back to item number 4. Travis, I would ask for your tourism review and update.
Okay. We have 4 other TDFs to get through, and I noticed it's 1:15, so I'll be super brief. Couple of good news stories. Saskatchewan opened last weekend, just limited opening, but first resort in the Midwest to open, which was great. Sales have started on Bonsu buttons, which is also awesome to hear. So we'll start promoting that and get yours as soon as possible. The other big news story is we were successful in our national championship bid for the XCM mountain biking. So we bid for 2026, and we actually received 2026 and 2027. So that is phenomenal. And then lastly, we're currently tracking at 183K above year-over-year mat collections. So that's good to see. And September was the first month that we implemented the additional 2%, which would go towards the waterfront. And we collected out of that 126K that would be dedicated to the waterfront. So yeah, that's my absolutely quick update. Anybody has any questions, feel free.
What is happening with the playground equipment at Kingston?
Oh, at Wishart?
Or at Wishart?
It is installed.
Okay.
And we're going to be doing the rubber surfacing next year.
Okay.
So we're infilling this year. I mean, not that it matters, it's going to be snow momentarily, but with engineered wood fiber, but the formal opening will happen next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions for Travis with regards to the tourism update? Dashboard was pretty healthy looking. Okay, thank you, Travis. Financial update. Richard, I will look to you for the update on that.
The only thing I guess I got to report is the Ontario receipts did come in, so for the adjustment for the mat tax that goes to tourism sustainability. I'm guessing it was 12.52%, if I remember correctly. So that calculation gone up to finance. A little bit of a difference in how we calculate it. I don't know why. Anyway, so hopefully that gets all ironed out, and so there's a whatever our budget was, it's probably another almost another $100,000 going into tourism sustainability. The audited financial statements, I don't have anything on that. I know that they sent out a draft, but I had some questions on it and I didn't get any answers for that, so I'm sure we'll. So.
Anybody have any other questions from the P&L that was sent out? Okay, thank you for that, Richard. I don't believe, Travis, we had anything for new business on here.
We did not.
So I will now turn it over to some of our friends in the room for presentations. We're going to start with gathering at the Rapids powwow. No? Travis, for you?
Oh, yeah, sorry. The resolution update. Yeah, sorry, my apologies. So once again, we've got the powwow at the Rapids coming back this year. I think everybody's familiar with the event. Great growth opportunity for this event. It's moved out of last year, formally moved out of Algoma U into the GFL. Huge success last year with its partnership with Bonsu, as well as the increase in terms of number of competitors that were coming because it's a competition powwow, as well as spectators to the event. We see sustained growth with that event. It also aligns with our desire to continue to work and partner with Indigenous tourism opportunities and partners, and complements Bonsu and our winter tourism programming quite well. So they're targeting actual attraction of visitors. We're up towards the sorry, got completely distracted with that resolution.
Sorry.
Close to 1,000 visitors. And again, sustained growth because it is gaining more of a reputation across the competition powwow circuit. The recommendation from our staff is to award a similar value to what we did last year to help offset the cost of the venue rental with the recommendation of being $20,000.
And you said that was for venue rental?
Yeah.
ESL?
Mhm.
Max, like a stupid question.
Yeah.
The out of town visitors, that number, what do we times it by? Like what, like,
175.
I couldn't make it make sense on that. Awesome. Too bad.
Okay, any questions further with regards to gathering at the raffle?
What was your question?
No,
The
the
dollar?
number of people,
The
sorry,
number
not
of
the
people,
dollars,
not the dollars.
the number of people, it's 175 is on the little chart.
Yeah.
I read it, but it's like, how do we get
3,015.
30,015? How do we get that out of all those people for projection? Like, I don't know where that number came from.
So it'd be the tally of the towners. So I'm wondering, sorry, you're right.
Locals.
So none of them add up.
I wonder if there was stripped out.
I assumed like region might be in there, but then that didn't work. So I thought maybe we times it by like 1.5 visitors per
I
room.
did, but I don't have it with me right now.
Okay. We'll have to double check that one, because you're right, the math doesn't add up.
The local,
Local and regional both aren't counted.
but any of them, they don't match up. Like I did the math 18 ways last night, because I usually skim it, it's usually approximately what it looks like, but in like the Bonsu one, it looked like totally off, but just,
Well, wasn't the US, Canada and Ontario equals 3,015?
Yeah, that's what it is.
US.
It's-
Ontario,
it's-
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So regional doesn't count?
regional's not in there.
Thank you. It was just like, you do something for so long and then you look back at it and you're like,
They all look the same.
I'm like, what is that? Where did we get this number?
Okay, anything else with regards to gathering of records? So we'll move on to item E, the Indigenous Skills Trade Summit.
I can present that one. So this will be the second annual Northern Ontario Skills Trade and Technology Summit. And it's presented by Skills Ontario. It will be taking place on March the 25th. It's a one-day event dedicated to promoting career pathway in skilled trades and technology across the region. It's hosted at the GFL Memorial Gardens. The summit will gather students, educators, employers, Indigenous leaders, and industry professionals to explore opportunities and celebrate achievements within these essential sectors. The event will showcase First Nation, Métis, and Inuit excellence in skilled trades through keynote presentations, interactive demonstrations, and networking opportunities in a large-scale career fair setting with booths, live demonstrations, and skill challenges. In the first year that it was here, they did have some funding provided to them by the North Tribal Council. Unfortunately, for year two, they were not able to get that funding, so they have gone out for other sources. They are seeking additional funding from FedNor, NOHFC, and from tourism. They did not anticipate the amount of participants that they did for the first year. They're very excited that they got over 12,000 participants, and around 400 of those were from out of city limits. So for 2026, they're anticipating to build on that success. Therefore, they are asking for over 19,000. However, due to the matrix, they're coming in between 10 to 15. So staff is recommending contribution of 12,000 to offset the budget for rentals and technology.
They didn't come before us last year.
No, it was fully funded last year on its
Okay.
first year. Yeah. So there's a lot of youth groups coming in from all over. They all will be registering, so they'll be able to track everything. I will be working with them to secure hotel blocks. And so they'll be able to accurately be able to see where everyone's coming from.
So can I ask a question?
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kevin.
This isn't a tourism related event then. They're just looking for money because they're going to put heads in beds?
Yeah, it didn't start out that way, but it is a summit. And it is very large scale one that again they weren't anticipating, but they were very pleased to see that people were coming in from everywhere as far as Ottawa for this event. So
So
Yeah.
part two of my question is, we are in this industry struggling due to some of the regulations with the federal government and the immigration program to get employees. So is there any way that in return for some funding that Tourism Sault Ste. Marie can have a booth or hospitality, or we can get involved in some way?
we can. Registration is free for booths. So we could see if we can get a booth there. Yeah. It is, I believe, mainly showcasing First Nation, Métis, and Inuit
Businesses, not
students,
employees. Okay,
youth. So those are the participants that are coming in to see the different sectors.
right. So we're a sector and
Mhm.
we need people, and we've got a great resource in the Indigenous communities. So
Definitely.
we could go there as a sector and promote our industry.
Yeah, I can definitely talk to the convener, see if there's a spot for us.
Okay.
Karen, do you know what currently they use, like what sectors and industries are part of it currently?
Currently, I believe let's see, skill trades and technology is what they're promoting, pathways in skill trades and technology.
Yeah, I think it's more electricians, welding, machinists, plumbing,
Robotics.
those kind of elements.
I know NOHFC asked to have a booth there, so
Okay.
There's live demonstrations.
And it's at the GFL again. And
yes.
sorry, you said this was for rentals and technology? The 12,000 ask?
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
You said that the $12,000 ask was going towards venue rental and technology?
Venue rental and tech, yes. And marketing, sorry. They'd like, seeing that it was so successful the first year, they want to branch out even further and try to entice more people from around Ontario to come. So they will be putting most of the money into the marketing.
Okay, any other questions with regards to the Indigenous Skills Trade Summit? Okay. We will move over to Bonsu Winter Carnival. Okay. Yeah, it's been a while.
No, yeah, I feel like this might be an easier one, because I'm so familiar with the carnival. The Bonsu Winter Carnival is happening February 13th to 21st, 2026. Carnival shifted a little bit for next year, so they could capture the full family day weekend and capitalize on the opportunity, which was missed last year. So we know the carnival takes place at Machine Shop, Downtown Plaza, Bush Plain, Northern Superior Tap Room, so a lot of our partners. So Bonsu, obviously homegrown, iconic, been around 64 years this year. Obviously inspired to, build up the winter tourism and then uplift the community during that time of year. In recent years, we know too that this board has given the carnival over $150,000 spread over 3 years. And that was to bridge the gap and revive Bonsu after some sort of turmoil and tumultuous times and COVID, and there was a dire need that the carnival was at risk of collapsing. So as a result, Bonsu is now more stable, stronger,
from a financial and organizational position with renewed momentum, got a very strong board, a lot of really, dedicated, passionate people that want to breathe the life back into it. And that's been shown for the past 2 years, that they've really, stepped it up and took, that board has come into play and taken it from the tourism, and built it back up into a stable position. So the carnival also, it broadened its programming, as we saw a couple years ago with no snow, a carnival centered around snow. It needed to pivot, and which they were successful in, but now moving forward, they've broadened their offerings to ensure that if that happens again, they're in a safe position to continue operating. We've also expanded to really target all age groups to make it really inclusive. So from toddlers to seniors, this age group is found within there in their programming. Events range, obviously opening ceremonies is huge, Polar Plunge, huge, those are sort of the end caps. And then concerts, family activities, sporting events, culinary attractions, all the winter experiences rolled into there. And obviously as well, a strong partnership with our local businesses and partners who, without them and support from the city, we would be in a rough position. So the carnival had approached and asked for $20,000. Staff recommendation is 10 in order to support brand recognition and presence. And one of the asks as well in there was the new mascot suit. So that is, seen it's lived its life, and we're coming up to show it the new one. So that would be kind of rolled into there as well. The attendance projections as well, they've also come up with a plan for a passport. It's quite loose right now. I'd like to get more information from them, but I don't think it's fully conceptualized. But moving forward, they have a better plan they intend to have a better plan on how to track attendance. And so brand recognition present for a staff recommendation of $10,000.
Is tourism staff still on that committee?
Yes, that would be myself.
Thank you, Stephanie. Any other questions with regards to the Bonsu Winter Carnival? Do we have a quote on what the mascot?
I don't.
What are they looking at for replacing that mascot?
I'm actually not sure about the mascots.
I can tell you that the replacement head for Dash 2 years ago was around $5,000 just for the head.
It's like, I have no idea what that would be. When you said it, I was like, how much is that cost?
Dash's head was around 5,000. I think his shoes were like $500 to $700 just for his shoes.
Oh,
I can very well. I do know that our Bonsu boots were not that price. Much less. But yeah, having those items that will carry over year, and the festival can continue to use to build up that visual.
Yeah.
And how old is that? That head's like 5 years old, because that's when we changed them
I would say at least,
Mascot?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of
last time we bought a head.
Could just find that person that looks like him.
In the community.
So aside from the mascot, what does brand presence look like for the fun day?
Yeah, I think they're thinking of things like backdrops, tablecloth, things that would really splash. Those two last year at Clark Park and Plaza. A lot of the visual stuff was over at the Zone 1 and Machine Shop area. So they had flags, and you'd walk in and you'd see, I'm in the right spot. That was kind of lacking in other locations.
Okay.
So building that up and making sure that across downtown is.
There's a continuity to the.
Yeah. A bit of discussion is around as well. Obviously, we know back in the day, there was the iconic red blazer with the emblem, not saying we're going there, but maybe
Maybe
just
a bit
something
curious
that would,
this year.
would unite, people who are working on the carnival, which you have a more, it was hard to determine who was working with the carnival.
Yeah, and we tried like, everybody tried like, they have like, pinnings at one point. and they
Yeah.
tried, but it's hard once you put a jacket on, you're outside, like, to identify people, it's hard.
Okay. Any other questions or comments with regards to Bonsu Winter Carnival? This is the 4th year now that
21, 22, 24, 25.
okay, so that's okay.
Let's see. Yeah, I believe that $150,000 was spread over 21, 22, 23.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, last year was the first year we didn't have a full.
correct.
Okay. It is nice to see that in that time period, what we were hoping as a board to happen.
Yeah.
with Their board and with the carnival has, sort of gotten its foothold and is starting to take place.
I was very much in that transition. But from my point of view now, I see, only moving forward. A passionate group of people leading the way and
Excellent. Okay, thank you. Frozen Toe Fat Bike Race.
Okay, so coming back for its second year, the Frozen Toe Fat Bike Race is gonna be held February 6th. It's gonna be posted, start finish zone is gonna be a. Give this out. Can't remember. That's probably right. February 7th, it's a Saturday. You know what it is? The nationals are on the 6th. That's why. Yeah, so it's gonna be February 7th,
2025.
2025.
It's on there.
Yeah. It's late at night, we're drinking. Start finish zone will be out of the Root River, post race activities will be there. But it is gonna use the Hiawatha Highlands Trail System, including the Red Pine, Crystal System and the Farmer Lake. We've got a 10K, a 25 and a 50K. What's new for this year, and kind of testament to the success of the event last year is that they were approached by Michigan Race Series following last year's event and asked whether or not they would be interested in becoming part of that series. So the announcement of that series just went out last week, but with it, it's a point-based series. So there's strong incentive for the racers from that Michigan series to come to Sault Ste. Marie and participate. We've also had a lot of outreach from the Traverse City area as well, in terms of individuals that are interested in the event, learning more, what have you. So we're projecting a stronger growth out of the Michigan market this year. Pardon me, and Marquette, yeah. Two of the main stops on that series is out of Marquette.
Okay.
And Ishpeming, which is just outside of Marquette. So we're predicting to draw a lot more US racers, as well as been talking to individuals in Sudbury as well as kind of the Collingwood area. So it's an event that fills a gap. We know that there's strong growth. Fat Bike Race in Marquette draws close to 1,000 people. We've got a lot of interest in the area and certainly something that we could see being a stronger growth event. So the series is looking for we're recommending 75,000 or 7,500 to assist with marketing, venue rental, as well as race supplies and accessories, including rental porta potties, some fire pits for the actual aid stations, those kind of items.
And Bonsu now is not that weekend.
Bonsu, unfortunately, so we set the date assuming that Bonsu would be on the same date, which was where it was last year. And then Bonsu adjusted their date, but we had already given that date to the race series. So, which actually, not for nothing, it's not a bad thing. Ideally, we become busy on all three of those weekends.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, any questions or comments for Travis regarding the frozen toe fat bunkers? Kevin, you're good? Good. Last TDF on the agenda is the Dave Kensett swim meet.
Yeah, so the Dave Kensett Swim Meet is the championship for the Northeastern Ontario region. It's set to take place February 6th to 8th at the John Rhodes. It's a short course championship. There will be approximately 250 athletes from across the Northeast region, and a total of approximately 550 out-of-town visitors. Sioux Surge Swim Club has received funding not for this event, but for their other swim meets, including the Northeastern Ontario Swim Meet in 2023 and 2025, and their April Invitational in 2024, as well as for the backstroke system in 2025. Economic impact is just shy of $300,000 with 550 people staying for 3 nights. The revenue is just under 35,000 and the expense is just over 15,000. So they're showing a profit just over $19,000. They have said that any profits are used to fund the operation of the club. On the scoring matrix, they scored a 58, which puts them in the $2,500 to $5,000 range. Analysis is that this supports tourism during a low tourism period in February, and it generates media exposure beyond the Sioux, with it being the regional championship. They asked for $6,300, and staff recommendation is $3,500 to help offset the Swim Ontario sanctioning fees, as well as funding hardware, software upgrades that they want to do. They need to get a new laptop that runs their Meet software, and they also need to upgrade the Meet software. So that is what those would be. So those are obviously purchases that would be used for beyond this event, for any event that they're hosting.
Thank you. Any questions, comments regarding the Dave Kensett swim meet? No, okay. Was there anything that anybody wanted to circle back on before we move our way through the resolutions? Okay. So the first resolution is sports event bid 2025-001. That resolution reads, be it resolved that the Tourism Sault Ste. Marie Board of Directors recommend a contribution of $50,000 through the Tourism Development Fund Conferences and Special Events stream to support the sport event bid 2025-001, and that a report be submitted to City Council for consideration and approval. Do I have a mover for this resolution? Melissa? And a seconder? Tracy? I'll call for a vote on that. And that one was carried. The second one is regarding conference bid 2025-002, and it reads as follows. Be it resolved that the Tourism Sault Ste. Marie Board of Directors recommends a contribution of $15,000 through the Tourism Development Fund Conferences and Special Events stream to support conference bid 2025-002, and that a report be submitted to City Council for consideration and approval. Do I have a mover for this resolution? Nick, and a seconder? Melissa? And all in favor? And you're okay. So it carries with a no. The next resolution is with regards to the Sioux Pedal Hut. And it reads, be it resolved that the Tourism Sault Ste. Marie Board of Directors recommend a contribution of $50,000 through the Tourism Development Fund Attractions and Product Development stream to support the Sioux Pedal Pub, and that a report be submitted to City Council for consideration and approval. And this is subject to entering into a 3-year agreement with Tourism Sault Ste. Marie. Do I have a mover for this one? Richard, and a seconder? Kevin? And I will call for a vote on this one. All in favor? And that was your no. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
So Kevin, myself, Richard, Tracy, Kevin. Sorry, Tara, did you get that?
Yeah, so that was Beverly, Richard, Nick, Tracy, Kelly, Kevin.
I don't think Nick didn't vote in favor.
No? Okay.
That passes, right?
Yeah, that passes.
Yeah.
You're good there, Sarah?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So the next resolution is with regards to the annual gathering at the Rapids Powwow. That one reads, be it resolved that the Tourism Sault Ste. Marie Board of Directors recommend a contribution of $20,000 through the Tourism Development Fund Conferences and Special Events stream to support the 2026 gathering at the Rapids Powwow, and that a report be submitted to City Council for consideration and approval. Do I have a mover for this? Kevin or Nick? And Kelly? And I will call for a vote on that one. And that one carries. Our next resolution is regarding the Northern Ontario Skilled Trades and Technology Summit. This resolution reads, be it resolved that the Tourism Sault Ste. Marie Board of Directors recommend a contribution of $12,000 through the Tourism Development Fund Conferences and Special Events stream to support the Northern Ontario Skilled Trades and Technology Summit, and that a report be submitted to City Council for consideration and approval. Do I have a mover for this one? Lawrence, okay. And a seconder? I'm going to say that this one is defeated then. Okay. Okay, Terry, you noted that one?
Sorry, I didn't hear that comment.
There was no seconder, so that one is.
Okay.
Our next one is with regards to Bonsu Winter Carnival 2026. Be it resolved that the Tourism Sault Ste. Marie Board of Directors recommend a contribution of $10,000 through the Tourism Development Fund Conferences and Special Events stream to support the brand presence and recognition to be hosted February 13th to 21st, 2026, and that a report be submitted to City Council for consideration and approval. Do I have a mover for this? Kelly? And a seconder, Richard? I will call for a vote on that one. And that one carries. Our next resolution is the Frozen Toe Fat Bike Race. This one reads, be it resolved that the Tourism Sault Ste. Marie Board of Directors recommend a contribution of $7,500 through the Tourism Development Fund Conferences and Special Events stream to support the 2026 Frozen Toe Fat Bike Race to be hosted February 7th, 2026, and that a report be submitted to City Council for consideration and approval. Do I have a mover for the Frozen Toe Fat Bike Race? Nick and Kelly? And all in favor? And that one carries. Last resolution today with regards to the Dave Kensett Memorial Championship. And this one reads, be it resolved that the Tourism Sault Ste. Marie Board of Directors recommend a contribution of $3,500 through the Tourism Development Fund Conferences and Special Events stream to support the Dave Kensett Memorial Championship to be hosted February 6th to 8th, 2026, and that a report be submitted to City Council for consideration and approval. Do I have a mover for this resolution? Kelly, and a seconder, Melissa? All in favor? And that one carries. Okay, wow, that was a heavy agenda for you guys. Is there anyone that wants to add anything to today?
No, just Travis, you're gonna have to give us an update on how many dollars we got.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in the TDF, well, we have about 474,000.
Before we did it.
No, after today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had 640,
I thought it was less than that.
I wrote it down. I think we had 642 prior to today.
Okay,
And then, yeah,
okay.
so money is going out the door. Just what it's meant to do.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
It is. Next meeting is slotted for December the 16th. I will move for adjournment.
I'm just half listening.
Okay, great, thanks, guys.
Let us know when we're off, Tara.
Oh, Travis.
Guys,
Oh,
can I confirm that our next meeting is different
Yes.
Yep,
and it's later in the day
Yeah.
yes,
and it's at this hotel?
yes,
Okay, thank you.
awesome.